All right, so we are here. You saw the engine is all assembled. I didn't bother showing you the last 10 hours of putting this engine on the dyno. Now, everything is temporary. This is Jason Sack. Say hi.
Hi guys.
Yeah. So this is his engine. The everything, the hot side, cold side, is all temporary just for the dyno, so we can go through it, prove it out, make sure everything's okay. So we got everything all hooked up here. We have not started it up yet. We're just ran fuel check, oil check, water check, make sure that everything was no leaks. Fixed a couple leaks. I had the cam sign magnet in wrong polarity. Anyways, fixed that, and now we are going out there. I'm going to show you the full dyno session. We're just going to let the camera run through the whole thing, so I'm going to talk to you as we are going along. Ooh, look at that. Done. All right, so we just did just the first initial hit. Now we just got heat in it, made a quick short pull, no boost. We'll look at the data here real quick, and then we're just gonna go through, check valve lash, make sure everything looks all good right there. Alrighty, we're into the second pull now. We just went in, checked valve lash, it spewed out some oil out the vent. I think I might have a little too much oil going to the top half of the engine. We always run a lot of oil to the top half of the engines for the drag and drive stuff, because that's what helps keep springs alive during these drives, valve train stuff. I might have just a tick too much, and it might not, the pump might not be able to scavenge because the small lines and it's tied together. It's trying to scavenge turbos and cylinder heads off a 1-10 scavenge line. I think it might be a little too light, and it might be sending too much oil up to the top half, so the combination is putting a lot of oil up there. So we're going to run this real quick and see. Alrighty, so that pull, second pull, nice easy, 7 pounds of boost, didn't rev it up all the way. That's 1,060 horsepower to 6,400. Nice easy right there. Still have gonna be fixing this oiling issue to the top half of the engine, so we're gonna make another pull here, just put a little bit of power to it. So we can be at a good spot to where we would normally do maintenance and make sure everything's all cool and nothing's moving, nothing's changing. Anyways. Alrighty, so I haven't gonna have to do some tuning on there, so it's down on power from what it should be. I figure right there it should have been at least 15, yeah, probably a little over 1500. Made 14 pounds of boost, almost 1400 horsepower. Actually, it's probably not that bad, but it's probably I think it's probably a couple hundred down. But we gotta look at the tune up there, because anytime it does this, and it kind of sounded up there, so it's probably hitting some cells right. I mean, obviously, I haven't revved it up to 7,000 yet, so that's
yeah, I heard
the first
it
time.
just a little distant.
Yep. So that is it for tonight. We will pick this back up in the morning. We're going to change the lifter to a non-modified lifter. I'll talk with you about that more tomorrow. All right, Dewey shirts are in. Here's this one. Dewey, look over there. Does it look like you? Look at the camera. Oh, no, he doesn't want to look at the camera. All right, Dewey shirts are in. Go over, buy some merch.
Must be right on the verge.
All right, so we didn't show you, we've been here this morning, didn't show you a couple pulls because we were messing around with the oil pump and trying to play with oil pressure. And somehow, some way, something got either flopped around or we hit, I don't know, something changed and it had a whole lot of freaking oil pressure pegged out my gauge. So, and actually I was thinking about that, it's 150 pound gauge, it probably just airs out at 153. So it's over, because it blew the oil filter ring out of it. And so I think it might have hurt one of the turbo seals. So not a big deal. It looks like it's cleaning up right now, so I don't know if it maybe recovered. But we're at, so I should have ran it up just a little bit higher because it's still climbing up through here. I mean, it made peak torque at 7,600, 1,500 foot-pounds of torque. And this was at, we've made some lower ones. We just made 20 something. And this is at 20, it says 25 here, and actually on the, this one reads a pound high. The Holly says 24. So 24 pounds of boost, 2150 horsepower. So we're going to go in, look at tune-up stuff. We've already checked spark plugs a few times. I think we'd like to, what was the boost last pull? 22?
20 and a half.
20 and a half?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, we'll see where it's and let's see what the tune-up looks like. So we'll turn the fan back on here, and yeah, well, now our oil pressure is 90, so I'm not sure why it's it is probably unhappy about the, I agree, it's probably unhappy about the spring and where the position is on it. So all right, so all cool, everything's looking good right there. Let's go back, and I think we're just going to look at numbers here. Data. All right, so what we decided to do. Oh, so here, so our O2 sensor is getting flatter, so it does go. That was at, yeah, I mean that was at 3.4. So I mean that's pretty rich. So that's why it'll make more horsepower here. So we had a couple of pairs of Hart's turbos, and so what we did was we put on, these are just 76 millimeter turbos. I think that we could make, we got 23 pounds of dome pressure, right there, and it is making 24 pounds of boost. So it's not too awful bad right there. But there's room left on these turbos, but it's not going to get us to the magic numbers that we want to see. So we were just kind of testing these smaller 76s. Yes, I think we could, obviously they make 2500, they might make 26, 2700, maybe right around there. But we're just going to go right for putting the bigger 82 millimeters. Those are 82 millimeters, Kyle?
They're 76s.
No, these ones. I'm talking about those ones.
What?
The ones over there.
No, those are 76s too, I think.
No, there's a big set and a smaller set.
That is the big set.
All right, we're gonna check this out. Let's go over here and look at them. I don't know what Kyle's talking about. These are 82s, hence the 82 number. All right, so we're gonna put these on, and even these might be. I mean, this is not the max effort turbo. These are still smaller turbos, but it's gonna be interesting to see what these pick up and what we can make with these. I know we can make it over 3,000 with them, so I guess we're gonna see how much more we can make. So just as a little side note, like I said, we were having, you've seen a little bit of smoke coming out of it. It's probably because we overpressurized the turbos, and you can always tell, you look inside the exhaust pipe from the engine. So this is exhaust coming to the turbo. Is dry, dry. Exhaust coming out of the turbo is wet, oily. So we just kind of screwed those turbos up. Hearts will fix them, and no problem. So anyways, getting this other 82 millimeter on there. Be done here in a minute. All right, so this is the same tune-up, same wastegate pressure, everything, just with the 82s. Tune-up looks good. It was a safe rich, actually a little too over rich, so don't worry about that. I think we're all good. Good in hoods. All the lines are on. Okay. That sounded better. Alright. 2166, similar. Yep. That's like we'll take a look at the dad. Obviously, we'll just lay it over up here, but I think it's, I don't know if that's just going to pull back on throttle and it was going on. All right, so the just looking at the data log there, it fell off in boost. The target dome was still the same. Where we go? There we go. And it just fell over. Well, anyways, it's right there, and the boost just fell off at the end. So it was at 24, and then right at the end of the pull, it was down at 22. So just lost a little boost there. So we're just gonna throw some more dome pressure at it. Work on my tune just a little bit right there, and we'll come right back at it. Alrighty, so that's getting reasonable. Let's see what kind of boost it took to do that, and then we'll come back and time to go eat lunch. But we'll come back and look at tune-up stuff. 30, so that's not bad. That's probably because it'll take all of it to make 3,500. I mean, all of these turbos. Yeah, so 30 for 25. And we can get after the tune-up a little bit. It's awful safe right there. That's about right. So maybe just tick low. Sorry. Alright, we're going to eat lunch, and we're coming right back. Alrighty. Let's see where she's going. So obviously looked real good there going up, and then flattened right out. So let me see what we got going on there. Yeah, I mean it's looking good everywhere. And flat. Alright. I think we'll definitely let it cool down for a second, do a plug read on that, see what it looks like. Alright, so what we're seeing here on the graph is right at that 7,200. So it was gonna make, it did make 34 pounds of boost. So it should have made right around 2,800 horsepower, so 2,800 horsepower instead of almost 26. Should have been closer to 28. And the only thing that I can see here is, let me get rid of some of this stuff here. This is our timing line right here, and I did not go through there yet to change timing, and as soon as it dropped all the timing out of it, I just had it really safe up in the upper boost areas. So after it hit that, that is right at 7,100 RPM, and right at 7,200 RPM is where it just laid flat. So we're gonna put a new set of spark, and the spark plugs look good. It's still under timed. I already know it's under timed, and I think it's probably way under timed right there. So we're going to put a new set of spark plugs in it, and we're going to leave that same boost curve put some timing in it up there at that RPM and at that boost level. I'll put probably 2 or 3 degrees of time in it because I think it's that short. Might even be a little bit more short than that. And we'll see what it does. Okay. Lost. Who's that here? Don't know. Gonna go in there and check it out, but it didn't make as much boost as it's supposed to. Not even close. But, I mean, this would be 30 pounds on in the dad logger here on the Holly. So it's down 4 or 5 pounds of boost. Acts like it lost a spark plug or something.
I know. Trying to solve it. I see water or something there straight all this way.
Something's going on. Something's going on. All right, so we changed spark plugs and spark plug wires again because it all of a sudden went away. And then it was low on boost. That was a little low on boost. It was only 32 pounds of boost. And what I did was I went back to old school engine builder understanding. It takes X amount of, regardless of VE number, to put, it needs this roughly this many pounds per hour of fuel with this fuel to make X amount of horsepower. Threw 1,000 pounds more fuel, 1,000 pounds per hour more fuel at the engine, and it almost made the same horsepower. We can look at the previous pull. So this is previous. So previous is right here, and it just laid over a little bit right here, but that is with 1,000 pounds per hour of fuel more than what it did have. So I think I was just on the wrong side of the fuel curve. I've done it before, especially if you get hung up on certain numbers and you just start reading numbers, you don't understand the math of what's going on. So we're gonna re-sneak back up on this thing and figure this thing out. So we're gonna look at plugs. Always read your plugs. Plugs tell everything. Okay. All right, that's a pretty decent pickup. So we'll see what we're at for boost. Remember, this is about a pound, a little over a pound high. All right, that's 32 pounds. All right, so that would be, all right, let's see what it is here. Yeah, so looking at the data, it was 32 pounds of boost right there. We're checking spark plugs right now. It was still, as a matter of fact, it was still 2.9 to 1 ratio right there. And it did manage to lean itself up to 3.6, 3.7, then it went back down to 3.0, 2.9. So still rich. We're going to verify it on the spark plug. Like I said, verify it on the spark plug. And looks good, and I think we could probably put a little more timing in it. But I think we're probably just going to leave that particular tune alone and start upping the boost. That's as identical as you could get.
Yeah.
I put a little more boost at it, but it didn't pick up as much as I thought. So I don't think it picked up as much boost as I thought. I put a little more dome pressure on it. Let's see where it's at. So this is at. Well, we were getting pretty close to being out of turbo because I threw 7 or 8 pounds of dome pressure on it, only picked up 2 pounds of boost. Okay. Well, pressure looks great. All right, let's go in there and read the plugs real quick and see what those plugs look like. Just pull out of 1 or 2. All right. Now, this is methanol plug, so you're not going to see soot. So we read it in heat. And you can see here, this is number 7 spark plug, and the only thing that really has any color is the strap. And I would still say the strap, I think that timing is you read timing on the strap of how hot it is, hot to colder, and it's still short on timing, pretty easy, and it's definitely got fuel in it. So that's reading the methanol plug. It is a little bit harder, a little harder for the, I don't know if you can see that the shine off of there. It hasn't burned the cadmium off of anything there. So this one's definitely cold. All right, so threw a bunch more dome pressure at it, so we'll see what, I just wanted to get it up to 40 pounds of boost, so if we can make it. So I got, this is 60 pounds on the gate. So
You can't do that?
if it can't do that, we might be out of something.
Turbo shopping.
Yeah, because it ain't gonna make any it's diminishing returns, and once there's no return on it, there's no way to do anything with it. So, all right, let's see what it does. Alrighty, so let's see what we made for boost. So we're close to, I'm sure we are getting tapped out here. Report. $37 pounds of boost. So remember, this is a little bit high, but it's still, it made 4, so we put in, I went 60, so I put in another 60, so I put in another oh well, I don't know. We'll try throwing a little more at it here in a second. We'll see where it goes. So it still isn't making 40 pounds of boost. So that's we are going to be not making 3,500.
Not with these turbos.
Not with these turbos. We are definitely out of turbo. But we're going to make 3,000, and then this thing needs to go in the car like immediately. And then we're going to be talking about turbos and what we're going to be doing, so figuring out what we're going to do. All right, we're going to put some more wastegate pressure on it. Might as well look at a couple St. plugs just to take a look at it real quick, make sure everything looks good, sounds good, is good. Well, just got to make it 40 pounds of boost is what we got to do. Oh, and you saw it blow the exhaust off, and it does have some smoke out there too. So I'm not sure what's all going on right there. With not 100% sure that we're not still burning off oil out of the pipe, because it was really bad. It doesn't run long enough to burn off everything. So anyways, you can see the exhaust is down there in the bottom. We'll go back in there and hook that all up after it cools down, because it's kind of hot. So we'll not 100% sure, because that's why I revved it up a couple times when the pipe was blowed off. It's not blowing any smoke when I just rev it up. So I think it's just burning the pipe. There's a long section of pipe, about 4 foot long pipe, that's just coated with oil on the inside of it. It takes a while for that to burn off when we're just making dyno hits on it. Anyways, let's turn it up a little bit. Alrighty, so we just double checking a couple spark plugs, make sure everybody looks happy. Here's that VE table. This is where we're at. 129, 130% VE, and that ends up putting us at, and if we can get it up to 40 pounds of boost up there, 4,000 to 4,100 pounds per hour of fuel, which is, the math is pretty darn close right there. Looks good. Oh, so I have 70 pounds of dome pressure on it. So threw another 10 pounds of dome pressure on it to see if we can make it get up to 40 pounds of boost. If it picked up another 2 pounds, that'd be pretty good. Really not going to do much more than that. We looked down the exhaust, and these turbos are smoking, and it's guaranteed. I know it's my fault. We're jerking around with the pump, and we're jerking around with the bypass on it, and had screwed up again the second time. And I started it, and it goes ping, pegs the oil pressure gauge. I shut it down right away, and 99% sure I probably popped the seals on both of them, because I've never had oiling problems on Hart's turbos before, unless it's pretty darn close to a couple 100 pounds of oil pressure going to it. Minimum 153, because it's gone to 153, which is the aired out for the sensor on 150 psi sensor. So we'll send these turbos out, have Hart's fix them up real quick. But I think it's in a really good spot right here. The engine is like super happy. It's not breathing. We did a valve last year a little bit ago. I mean, it's just like spot on the money. And this is a multiple pulls of well over 2,500 horsepower with no breathing, no issues, no nothing. Things are just really solid. So doing exactly what it's supposed to do. We're just, these little 82mm turbos are just too small to make much more horsepower than where we're at. Might end up gonna just go down the track with it first day. Yeah, probably just gonna go down the track and make this work first, because it's gonna be it's way better than what it was. So, right?
Like 1,000 horsepower more than before.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna run it right here, 70 pounds on the gate. See if we can get this thing to make 40 pounds of boost. two things. Irony or irony. So it dawned on me, it's like, oh crap, I only have it programmed for having 60 pounds of dome pressure, as in that's what the boost controller thinks it has. And I actually only had it at 60 pounds of dome pressure available, like pressure available, like you had CO2. So it can't, it defaults, and as soon as it sees that it hits 60 pounds of dome pressure, it will not go any farther. And it does something sometimes where it'll actually lower it. So I go, oh crap, I'll just go in there and raise it. So I raised that to 80 pounds of CO2 pressure to it basically, and then told it that it had 80 pounds of pressure, and then told it to the safety cut, ignition cut is at 45 psi, which it 99% sure it just hit the ignition cut, and that's what the pop was. When it goes boom, it hit the ignition cut, which blew the exhaust off, which blew half of my fittings off of the wall. But we're at 3108, and I'm pretty sure it probably hit close to 45 pounds of boost. Let's see. Right at the end. Oh no, it still didn't hit it. Let's see if it was just slow or what was going on. Let's see what the data log says. So anyway, about it, it definitely picked up, definitely made her 43 pounds of boost right there. And so there is a little bit more left in the turbos. That's 70 pounds, so 70 pounds made 43, so 6, so yeah, I mean, we could probably keep on going just a little bit, but I mean, they gotta be getting pretty tapped out right there.
Not 2 to 1.
Yeah, not quite 2 to 1, yeah. All right, so yeah, there's a little bit left in it. That is 2,146 pounds of torque. At 7,600. That's actually where it popped off there. So I mean, it didn't even run up to 8,500.
And it took out the tray and the fittings.
Took out fittings, tray, exhaust. Let's see. So it hit the safety right there. So it did make 45 pounds of boost. That's pretty good. AFR is still down on the rich side. That's no problem. Yep, it just went up there, and as soon as it hit 45, I can show you that actually. Let's go over here. Let's go boost safety. Bang. So as soon as you see it hit the change number, that means it hit it. So it goes from everybody's happy, bang, hits it, shuts off, blows it off. So I don't know, I mean, it probably would have made pretty close to 32. Error in my boost control logic. That's right. It's on the safe rich side, so that's pretty good. And oh, you know what? Oh, darn it, up there too, and still knocking all the timing out of it. All right. Well, we can see where it's at, where it's going to be. The engine is rock solid. It's rock solid. It is almost 5 o'clock, and we have to put the engine in the car tonight. So that's the next video coming up, is engine in the car. It obviously is on its way to making, like I said, it's on its way to making, well, it's 100 better, a little over 100 better right here. So 3108, yeah, so it's just a tick over 100 better. So I'd figure it's at 8,000, and that was at there, so it was maybe gonna make like 3,200, but it's still a ton of dome pressure. There's probably a little bit more left in it. Yes, we could just keep on throwing it at it, and the returns are going like this, getting really diminishing. So actually, we're super happy with that. I think because we got to get this thing in the car so it can go to the chassis shop, so we can get hot side, cold side plumbing. It's going to come back, and then we're going to be doing testing, doing all that kind of stuff with it. So I think everything's done. All cool.
Cool with me.
It's awesome.
There you go. Awesome. And it's, I mean, I think the engine is just really, I'm happy with it. It's spot on. So solid. And the dog he buries his Snap-on dog toys in the backyard. He doesn't bury these ones in the backyard. I think he's hiding them from his brother. He knows that Kyle is going to take his tools, like takes mine, leave them out somewhere. So he'd rather bury them in the backyard than have Kyle lose them.
He also knows that I can't afford Snap-on tools, so.
All right.
I'm in on this side. 1 second. Where are we at? Are you in your private over there? Can you?
It's in the car. Jason's gonna take this thing, get the hot side, cold side put on it. You can see that we've even added, we made these custom billet front motor plates for the car. Look really nice, actually. They fit like a freaking glove. So that's really cool. He's gonna mount his fuel pump right over here. Looks like we're gonna clear. That thing's all good, but this thing is ready to go bye-bye in the car and go to the next process. So, I think everything's cool. You're cool? You're super cool?
It's awesome.
It's awesome. I think it is. I mean, it is. This is 10 pounds of shiny in a 5-pound package, because it is very cool. And makes a boatload of horsepower. So super happy. That's all great. I think that's it for today. Like, subscribe, buy some merch, and remember, we're gonna follow this through the whole thing, because as soon as Jason gets all the hot side, cold side done, and all the rest of the little fab work, we're bringing it back here. Gonna do a hub dyno. Then we're gonna go test with the car. We're gonna show you all that stuff, and then we're going on drag week, and I'm gonna ride in this car with Jason for drag week. So, I'm Steve Morris. Have a great day. $100 bucks.
I boxed up over there and I'm gonna grab them.
Real glass in the door?
No, but I had them make. Now when I haul the trailer, I haul the mini trailer up there. Pretty straight?
Yep. Probably go that way though. Yep. A little more now.